And welcome, my friends, once again to Tales from ds106. This is week 6, our design week. I'm your humble
And we're
host.
going with minimalistic backgrounds, as you can see.
Yeah.
Like we've given up on all the hoopla of green screens. Like we're going for the absolute purest possible. And minimalism is going to be a big part of design on the web. So
yeah, that's it. We're doing this by design. Yeah.
It's all by design. ds106 is always. Yeah, so in honor of the Italian tradition, which goes back centuries, millennia, we're going to start this week with probably like a classic text on design called the Vanelli Canon. And it's a work by Massimo Vanelli, who's a famous, renowned superstar graphic designer. And this is something you introduced to the syllabus a couple of years ago, and it's been very well received, Paul. Quick moment. I mean, any comments about it?
Yeah, he was a superstar in graphic design, but his heyday was in the days of print design. The principles carry over for the most part, but it is something to be aware of. It's, again, I think people complain about the amount of reading, but this is a lot of pictures, so no complaints for that.
We don't tolerate ds106. Take it up with the management. We're just teaching.
Yeah.
Look, that's why God gave you course evaluations.
Yeah. But no, it is a really good resource for design.
Yeah.
Even though it's made for design students, design professionals, anyone can get something out of it. Another thing we have this week,
yeah, I was going to say, from there we move into the design blitz.
Yeah, the design blitz. We did the photo blitz the other week, and that went over really well. And this is the same thing. We're going to go around with a camera and take photos, objects, ads, signs, even architecture, something that illustrates some of these design concepts that we're listing for you.
It's right. And I think what's really cool about don't take more than 20 minutes to do it, right? It's a blitz. Everything in your world, in this world, is design. And in the artificial world, you know, we can talk about the natural design, but even the artificial of products and books, kitchen utensils, everything has a design. This is a moment where you kind of microscopically trying to break into that and look and think about the design. It could be font, it could be design, utensil, top of a plate. Like, what is design? What is it? How does it inform our every way in which we live and operate? It's a really study on how much our existence is designed by those people.
Yeah. And for our next, we have our usual spooky stories.
Yeah. One of my favorites. This. I mean, if you will, we are giving you an option of films. Mario Bava, me and Paul have a particular proclivity towards Bava's work. He's a B movie maker from Italy. So Italy is the theme this week, obviously, because I will soon be there. But Planet of the Vampires, theoretically, at least film scholars say, was one of the early influences potentially on Ridley Scott, though he's never recognized it, with Alien. It's interesting to look at Planet of the Vampires versus Alien in terms of a B budget and a really big budget horror film. And I mean, Alien is a beautifully designed film. I mean, and it's got a beautiful design scape. And it would be very interesting to think about how we design the future and how the future comes to be based in some ways on our imagination, which I love.
Yeah, and the third choice we have here is Mario Bava's Black Sabbath, which is streaming on Netflix.
Yeah, which is great. It's an omnibus, right? It has 3 different stories in one.
Yeah, so that fits in again with our theme of hosting. multiple stories. And I guess that brings up the issue of like the different dimensions of design. Mainly this week, we're thinking about graphic design, but that's only one part of it. In the movies, there's set design, there's sound design, there's lighting design, even editing. You know, there's design there. So design.
There's costume design.
Costume design, yeah.
Which is a huge part of it.
Yeah. So it's really, design is deliberate decision making to achieve a specific goal. And that's what informs like product design, all the kinds of environmental design that we see all around us that you're going to find in your design blitz. Yeah.
Films are kind of like a, you know, what's beautiful about film is it kind of brings all those elements, scripting, visual, textual, fabric, you know, set, all comes to one to create a full immersion experience, you know, before we get to these virtual worlds. And, you know, Alien's a great example of
that. Yeah. So you're going to analyze that, give us your thoughts and ideas on that. Daily creates again. We're going to be doing 3 of them.
Do them.
Yeah.
3 of them.
Yeah. It's, I mean.
Ooh, and design assignments.
Yeah.
My favorite week by far of ds106. Design is the best. We have awesome assignments. One of the ones is the 4-icon challenge, right? The idea of using 4 icons to demonstrate an image, and you'll see in the post below, Big Lebowski is one, and it's just gorgeous. But there's so many good assignments to choose from. The only thing to keep in mind is some of them are overvalued. So as Paul starts on an image and you call it a poster, no, don't do it.
No.
Take time. Think about talk about why you use minimalism. What's the value of it? What kind of effects does it create? We'll know when you're just trying to squeak by. And design means actually designing something, spending the time and making it and earning those stars.
Yeah, there's a thought process that goes into the font, the color, arrangement, you know, contrast, all the scale. So if you can articulate why you're doing the things you're doing, then you're designing. And if you're just putting in, you know, pink because you like the color pink, then you're decorating, and that's a different story.
Yeah, exactly. Design is not decoration. Emojis, FYI. LMAO. Okay. And I think, am I right? We're actually going to hold off on some of the copy a week. So that would wrap up week 6.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I'm going to bring up here, you have to, at some point during this course, submit ideas for assignments, do tutorials, submit ideas for Daily Create. And you can do that at any point, but we'll let you think about it, you know, even this week, next week, whatever. If you can have an idea for an assignment, you don't see it in there, make it an assignment. If you want to change an assignment or do it differently, make a new assignment out of it. It's up to you.
Here's the thing with the assignment bank. I mean, a lot of people like, you know, if you know of a good creative little design on the web somewhere that people do, people use, and that you think would be good for ds106, by submitting that, you've done your assignment. So actually part of this is also finding out cool things on the web that you would do or that you think are fun and adding them to that, enriching the community experience. We want your experience to be reflected. It doesn't mean you have to sit from scratch and come up with a brilliant assignment. If you do, great. But also it means finding stuff out there that you think would be cool and bringing it in. Doing in this what can be done.
Yeah. An example of that would be the, what was it, Weave Silk thing that was up during Visual Week. A few people did that. I mean, that was just something out there that someone saw and made an assignment out of it.
That's it. That's exactly the spirit.
Yeah. And that's what we have for week 6 of Tales from ds106. Yes.
That's awesome.
All right.
Create. Don't complain. Create.
That's right. Yeah.
Complainers don't create. Creators don't complain.
Yes. And designers are for life.
For life.
All right.
All right, guys. Good luck.
Signing up.
All right. Awesome.